The universe warned them. Never provoke humanity, they ignored it. Stars shimmered faintly like distant lanterns, and the occasional drift of cosmic dust painted the void in gentle shades of blue and violet. Captain Alara Vance sat in the command chair, hands resting lightly on the controls, eyes scanning the holographic displays that projected the unknown systems ahead. Her crew, a small but highly skilled team of humans, worked efficiently, each performing tasks with quiet focus. The humans were explorers, scientists, and problem solvers. They were not soldiers. Yet there was something in the way they moved, in the way they adapted to the unexpected that made them remarkable. Alara, sensors are picking up unusual gravitational readings ahead, said Ravi, the ship's navigator, his finger tracing the anomaly on the star map. It's like the stars themselves are bending in ways that don't match any known physics. Alara leaned forward, eyes narrowing. Could it be a naturally occurring phenomenon? Ravi shook his head. Maybe, but it's precise, almost too precise. I've never seen anything like it. Alara tapped her fingers against the console. She had a feeling humans were not alone in this sector, yet the emptiness of space seemed complete. Still, her gut told her there was more here than what the instruments could immediately reveal. Meanwhile, far away, in a crystalline council chamber that glimmered like a star itself, the Ziran High Council debated in urgency. The Zirans were a species that prided themselves on intelligence, technology, and control. They had explored many galaxies, encountered countless species, and believed that nothing could surprise them anymore. Yet now, reports of a small human fleet entering the Erythrean expanse had stirred an unusual tension among them. Humans, said one council member, her voice a melodious hum, primitive, fragile, reckless, yet somehow their progress is troubling. Another councillor frowned. The reports claim they survive situations that should destroy them. Gravitational anomalies, radiation bursts, navigational hazards, they handle it all without panic. How can a species so weak by our standards survive so consistently? The council's oldest member, Veles, tapped a crystalline staff against the floor. We warned them. Long ago, the universe itself seemed to indicate that humans are not to be provoked, and yet they ignore every caution. Warnings are for the intelligent, replied another. Humans do not know fear in the same way we understand it. Perhaps they are dangerous simply because they do not realize it. Veles's eyes glimmered. Do not underestimate them. Observe, learn, but do not interfere unless necessary. The consequences may be beyond calculation. Back aboard the Odyssey, humans continued their quiet exploration. Their sensors began detecting subtle energy fluctuations in the region ahead, like ripples in the very fabric of space. Alara's curiosity grew. Prepare a scan of the anomaly, she ordered. I want to know if it's natural or artificial. The ship hummed as the instruments began collecting data. The readings were unlike anything humans had documented before. A sudden pulse rippled through space, briefly distorting the stars and creating a shimmering wave that passed through the Odyssey. Did you feel that? Asked Lion, the communications officer. Her brow furrowed as she adjusted the instruments. Alara nodded. Yes. Sensors confirm it wasn't just the ship. Something interacted with us, something deliberate, Ravi frowned. But what could it be? Nothing alive could survive out here. It's empty. Empty, Alara said, leaning back. I don't think anything in this universe is truly empty. There's always something watching, waiting, testing. Unbeknownst to the humans, the Zirans had dispatched a small observation probe, a nearly invisible vessel to monitor them. It floated silently, observing every maneuver of the Odyssey. From its perspective, the humans were fascinating. They did not panic. They solved problems quickly. They improvised solutions that seemed almost instinctive. The Ziran Council had underestimated humans. They thought them weak, easy to intimidate. Yet the humans continued, unafraid of the unknown anomalies that would have terrified most species. The probe sent its first subtle test. A gravitational ripple was sent to the human's path, designed to nudge their ship off course and into a denser field of cosmic debris. Ilara noticed the change almost immediately. Ravi, course adjustment. There's something ahead, I don't know what, but it's moving the stars around us. Ravi's eyes widened. That's impossible. Stars don't move like that. Exactly, Ilara replied. Something doesn't want us here. Using careful calculations and the crew's ingenuity, the humans navigated around the anomaly. Instead of panic, they applied creative thinking, using minor thruster pulses combined with gravitational slingshots to redirect the ship's path, turning a trap into a safe maneuver. The Zirin probe transmitted the results back to the Council. The report caused unease. They survived it without weapons. They turned a potential disaster into an advantage. This is not ordinary behavior. Velis's eyes narrowed. Humans are not like the other species. They do not fear the universe in the same way we do. They respect it, but they do not yield to it. Observe carefully. Do not provoke them further, yet do not let curiosity blind you. Days passed, and the humans continued deeper into the expanse. Along the way, they discovered a series of ancient structures floating in space, enormous crystalline formations that seemed to resonate with the energy anomalies around them. The humans were awestruck. These formations, they're not natural, Lion whispered. They're like messages. Ilara studied the readings. Messages from who or what? Ravi examined the energy patterns. They respond to our presence. It's almost like the universe itself is aware of us. The humans were puzzled yet excited. They did not feel fear. They felt curiosity, wonder, and determination. The Zirans, monitoring from afar, became increasingly anxious. The humans are unlike any other species. They survive, they adapt, they thrive, even when we attempt to challenge them indirectly. Another counselor added, they may be small, fragile, yet they move through the universe with a boldness that borders on reckless genius. Veli spoke quietly, almost to himself. Perhaps the universe did warn us. Never provoke humanity. And yet, here we are. The humans, unaware of the Ziran observations, approached a particularly large crystalline formation. Its surface shimmered with colors that seemed impossible in nature, shades beyond human perception. Ilara reached out to a console that interfaced with the formation. To her surprise, the formation responded. Holographic symbols appeared in midair, symbols that seemed to communicate through patterns, not words. Ravi, do you see this? She asked. Ravi leaned in, mesmerized. It's reacting to us. It's almost like it knows we're here. Like it wants to communicate. The crew worked together, analyzing the patterns. Over hours, they began deciphering simple sequences, a cosmic language perhaps, warning travelers of dangers ahead. Ilara's heart raced. This is incredible. It's like the universe itself is giving us guidance. The crew worked in silent awe. For the first time, they understood that humanity's place in the cosmos was not ordinary. They were small, yes, fragile perhaps. But they were capable of understanding, adapting, and surviving in ways the universe itself seemed to acknowledge. Back at the Ziran Council, tension had reached its peak. They are not merely surviving, Veli said. They are thriving in a realm where others would perish. The warnings were clear, yet they proceed without fear. We may have underestimated them, gravely. The council exchanged uneasy glances. The human's ability to navigate danger without panic, to adapt instinctively to unknown cosmic forces, was beyond anything they had seen. We must observe further, Velis concluded, and ensure that our curiosity does not lead to provocation. Humanity is extraordinary. As the Odyssey moved on, deeper into the mysteries of the Erythraean expanse, Ilara could not shake the feeling that they were being watched. Not with malice, but with quiet interest. The stars seemed to shimmer differently around them, guiding them gently, almost protectively, as if the universe itself recognized their courage and ingenuity. Alara turned to her crew. Whatever lies ahead, we face it together. Curiosity is our guide, ingenuity is our shield, and humanity, well, humanity has always found a way. The crew nodded, inspired. They did not know it yet, but every step they took, every challenge they overcame, was setting a precedent. The universe and its countless observers were taking note. The warning had been given, and humans, as always, kept moving forward. The Odyssey drifted closer to the heart of the Erythrean expanse. Stars sparkled faintly through drifting cosmic dust, but the humans noticed a change in the energy readings around them. The anomalies they had first encountered were growing stronger, more complex, as if the very fabric of space was challenging them. Captain Alara Vance studied the readings. Ravi, is it just me, or are the anomalies more structured? Ravi adjusted the instruments, eyebrows furrowed. No, you're right, it's like someone or something is shaping them deliberately. Patterns, sequences. Almost like a warning system or a test. Alara leaned back in her chair, eyes narrowing. We've already been tested once. We adapted. Now it feels like the universe or someone else is stepping it up. Unbeknownst to the humans, the Xerans had intensified their observation. They had grown increasingly concerned by the humans' ingenuity. The Council had decided to escalate, not with direct attack but with subtle provocation. Veles addressed the Council, his crystal staff tapping against the floor. We will observe. We will challenge. Let us see if their resilience is real or luck, but make it indirect. Do not provoke fear, only curiosity. The Xerans deployed advanced environmental manipulations. Microasteroid fields appeared in the humans' path. Artificial energy pulses nudged gravitational anomalies toward the Odyssey. Even entire star clusters seemed to shift in ways the humans could not predict, but humans were unfazed. On the Odyssey, Lion noticed the microasteroids first. Captain, I'm picking up a cluster moving unnaturally. It's like they're directing themselves toward us. Alara studied the display. Ravi, plot a safe course around them. Let's see if we can use their momentum against them. Ravi's fingers danced over the console. We could, yes. We can use the gravitational pull to slingshot us forward, save energy, and stay safe. Alara smiled. Exactly, make it so. Let's turn their test into an advantage. The humans navigated carefully. The asteroid field that should have been deadly became a source of propulsion. Energy that should have required fuel was gained from cosmic momentum, all through ingenuity and teamwork. Meanwhile, the Xeran probe recorded everything. They are not afraid. They are not merely surviving, they are using our tests to their advantage. This is unprecedented. Days passed and the anomalies continued to grow more complex. Entire regions of space seemed to move differently around the humans, almost like invisible walls and currents, guiding and redirecting them. The humans began to notice patterns. Captain, these fluctuations aren't random, Ravi said one evening. They form sequences, repeating patterns that might be messages or instructions, perhaps even warnings. Alara studied the display, intrigued. Then we should follow them, carefully. Let's treat it as a puzzle, not a threat. Humans solve puzzles. The crew worked together, decoding the patterns. Each successful interpretation revealed hidden routes through the expanse, secret energy channels, and safe passages. With every discovery, the humans grew more confident, and the Xerans more uneasy. Veles leaned over his council console. They adapt too quickly. Each solution reveals more insight, more confidence. We cannot predict them. We cannot intimidate them. They are extraordinary. As the humans explored, they discovered a deserted planet rich with unusual crystalline formations. Its surface shimmered under the light of a distant star. Energy readings indicated that the crystals were reactive, resonating with the humans' presence. Lion approached the controls of the landing craft. Captain, the readings are incredible. It's like the planet itself responds to us. Alara nodded. Careful. Let's gather samples, but let's also observe. Humans respect life even in strange forms. The humans stepped onto the surface, marveling at the shimmering crystals. When touched, the formations emitted soft harmonic tones. The notes aligned with cosmic energy patterns in the nearby space, forming an interactive language of sound and vibration. Ilara's eyes widened. These aren't just crystals, they're a record, a guide. Maybe the universe itself is trying to teach us something. Ravi studied the readings, and it's responding to us specifically, not other species, just humans. Back at the Zirin Council, concern had turned to near alarm. They communicate with the anomalies, one counselor said. They interact, understand, and use them. No other species could do this. This is beyond ordinary intelligence. Veli spoke slowly. The universe warned us. Never provoke humanity. They adapt, they solve, they thrive. And yet we observe, testing them again. We must be careful. We are on the edge of something we do not yet understand. The humans continued experimenting with the planet's crystals. They discovered a way to convert the harmonic vibrations into energy, powering instruments, shields, and even communication arrays without relying on fuel. What should have been a dangerous, alien environment became a sanctuary of innovation. Ilara observed her crew, proud but aware of the larger picture. Every challenge the universe or someone is giving us we solve. Every puzzle, every anomaly we adapt to. That is what makes us human. Ravi looked up at her, awe in his eyes. Captain, do you think the universe itself approves of us? Ilara smiled. I think it's watching, and perhaps guiding, but that doesn't mean it's easy. Every step forward is earned. The Zirans, growing more anxious, devised a more sophisticated test. A massive cosmic storm formed ahead of the Odyssey, a swirling mass of energy that would have destroyed any ordinary ship. The Zirans expected humans to flee or panic. Ilara studied the readings. Ravi, this is no ordinary storm, but it's stable, predictable enough. We can get through it if we're careful. Ravi hesitated. It's enormous. Even our shields might not hold. Ilara placed a reassuring hand on his shoulder. Humans have always faced the impossible and found a way. Together, we'll get through this. The crew coordinated, analyzing the storm's patterns. They used subtle gravitational currents, combined with the ship's propulsion, to weave through the storm. Lightning-like energy arcs danced around them, but the humans moved with calm precision. What should have been terrifying became a challenge, a puzzle to solve. Hours passed, and the storm finally subsided. The Odyssey emerged unscathed, with energy readings now enhanced thanks to the storm's interactions with the ship systems. The Zirin Council watched in stunned silence. They thrive in danger, one counselor whispered. They turn threats into advantages. Veli's voice was solemn. Warnings were given, and still they adapt, they learn, they overcome. Perhaps they are not to be tested, but observed with respect. Following the storm, the humans discovered a network of crystalline beacons floating in orbit around a dying star. These beacons pulsed with soft light, forming a pathway through the most dangerous regions of the expanse. Ilara realized these beacons were connected to the earlier anomalies, the messages in the crystals, and even the cosmic storm. These beacons, she said, eyes scanning the pattern, they are a guide. Someone or something wants us to continue. They're testing us, yes, but they're also giving us tools to survive. Ravi smiled. The universe itself is challenging us and trusting us at the same time. Ilara nodded. Exactly, that's humanity's gift. We don't just survive, we learn, we grow, and we adapt. The Zirans, meanwhile, could no longer ignore the human's potential. Observation alone may not suffice, said one counselor. They are proving themselves beyond expectation. Perhaps we should leave them be for now. Veli's eyes glimmered. Leave them be, yes, but watch closely. Humanity is extraordinary. They are not merely surviving, they are shaping the universe around them without even realizing it. And the universe seems to favor them. As the Odyssey prepared to leave the expanse, Alara gathered her crew. "We've faced anomalies, storms, puzzles, and challenges that no one else could survive," she said. "And yet, we adapted. We used our intelligence, our teamwork, and our curiosity. That's what makes us human. We respect the universe, yes, but we do not fear it." Lion smiled, looking at the crystalline beacons ahead. "It's almost like the universe itself is helping us." Alara's eyes shone. "Perhaps it is. Perhaps it sees potential in us that others cannot. And perhaps that is why we survive where others would fail." The humans looked forward, stepping into the unknown with confidence. The challenges ahead would be greater, the mysteries deeper, but humanity had proven one thing: they could adapt, thrive, and flourish even in the most hostile conditions. The Xerans, watching silently from afar, realized that they were witnessing something unprecedented. Humans were no ordinary species. They were clever, resilient, and fearless in ways that the universe and every other species had underestimated. The warning had not been heeded. And humanity, as always, was moving forward. The Odyssey moved steadily through the deepest regions of the Erythraean expanse, where no species had ventured for centuries. Cosmic storms flickered in the distance, and distant stars cast strange, shimmering light on drifting nebulae. Humans had faced anomalies, puzzles, and perils before, but nothing like the challenge that awaited them now. Captain Alara Vance sat at the command console, calm and focused. "Ravi, keep sensors active. I want to know everything, every fluctuation, every pulse of energy. This area is different." Ravi nodded, adjusting the instruments. "Captain, the readings are enormous. There are massive gravitational anomalies ahead, intersecting energy fields and something else. Something I can't identify." Alara's eyes narrowed. "Then we adapt. That's what we do." Far away, the Xeran High Council observed the humans with a mixture of awe and concern. "They have survived every test," one counselor said. "They have turned challenges into advantages, dangers into solutions. No species has ever done this." Veles tapped his crystalline staff slowly. "They are no longer just survivors. They are innovators, explorers, and pioneers in ways that even the universe itself seems to acknowledge. We warned them, yet they move forward, boldly, brilliantly." Ahead of the Odyssey, a vast structure drifted silently through space, a cosmic labyrinth of energy and gravitation, stretching across dozens of star systems. Invisible currents of light twisted around colossal crystalline towers, forming a maze of impossible geometry. Sensors could barely chart the paths through it. Most species would have retreated at first sight. Alara's brow furrowed. "This is a labyrinth of cosmic forces. We'll have to navigate it using instinct, observation, and every tool we have. Crew, this is a test like no other. But we are humans, and humans don't give up." The crew moved into position. Lion, Ravi, and the engineers coordinated, analyzing the labyrinth's energy flows, the way light bent, and the subtle vibrations that suggested safe paths. Every step required calculation, intuition, and teamwork. Hours passed. The labyrinth shifted and changed as the humans moved, as if reacting to their decisions. The universe itself was alive in this place, testing them but also guiding them subtly, hinting at solutions just out of reach. Ravi glanced at the holographic map. "Captain, the labyrinth isn't just dangerous. It's interactive. It responds to our choices, our logic. We're shaping the path as much as it's shaping us." Alara nodded. "Exactly. We're not victims here, we're participants. Let's solve it." The Xerans, observing, exchanged alarmed glances. "They are navigating it flawlessly," one whispered. "They anticipate shifts, adapt immediately, and even find paths that no calculations predicted. This is impossible." Veles remained silent for a moment, then spoke slowly. "The universe warned us, never provoke humanity, and yet they have done more than survive. They have grown into something extraordinary. They are shaping space itself, without even realizing it." Within the labyrinth, the humans encountered crystalline nodes that emitted soft pulses of energy. When touched, the nodes responded by changing the currents of the labyrinth, subtly guiding the Odyssey along the safest and most efficient path. Ilara's eyes shone. It's like the universe is communicating with us directly. These nodes, they are teaching us. They're helping us survive, Lion smiled. And they're not just helping us, they're responding to how we think, how we act. It's almost like respect. Ravi adjusted the ship's trajectory. We're learning from it, but we're also teaching it. Every choice we make changes the path forward. Ilara nodded, pride swelling in her chest. That is humanity. We learn, we adapt, and we influence everything around us in ways others cannot. As they navigated deeper, the labyrinth intensified. Energy arcs sparked dangerously close, and invisible currents threatened to push the ship into collapsing zones. Yet the humans remained calm, working as a single unit, using creativity and logic rather than fear. The labyrinth seemed almost alive, testing them at every turn. But humans, with their instinct, curiosity, and problem-solving abilities, overcame each obstacle. Where others would have panicked, they planned. Where others would have retreated, they advanced. Hours became days. The Zirans continued to watch, increasingly in disbelief. They are shaping the labyrinth, not being shaped by it, one counselor said. This is unprecedented. They turn cosmic danger into opportunity. Veles, his expression grave, said softly, we ignored the warnings. We assumed humans were small, weak, and fragile. Yet here they are, proving that the universe itself seems to favor them. Finally, at the heart of the labyrinth, the humans discovered a vast crystalline chamber, glowing with energy unlike anything they had seen before. Symbols pulsed along the walls, vibrating in harmony with the universe. The chamber seemed to recognize the humans' achievements, acknowledging their ingenuity and resilience. Ilara stepped forward. This is remarkable. It's like the universe is congratulating us, honoring our efforts. Ravi studied the energy flows, and yet it's not a prize, it's a continuation. The universe is showing us more, inviting us to go further. Lion touched one of the crystalline symbols. It pulsed in response, forming patterns that were simple yet profound. They told a story, not of power or conquest, but of exploration, understanding, and the unique role humans play in the cosmos. Ilara looked at her crew. We were warned. The universe warned others not to provoke us, and yet we were tested, but we did more than survive. We understood, we adapted, we respected the universe, and it responded in kind. The Zirans, finally, could no longer deny it. We have underestimated them, a counselor admitted. They are not like any other species. They do not rely on strength, nor fear, nor aggression. They rely on intelligence, collaboration, and ingenuity. Veles' eyes shone with a mixture of awe and reverence. We warned them, yet they ignored the warning. And in doing so, they proved the warning itself. Humans are extraordinary. Perhaps the universe itself created them for this purpose, to adapt, to thrive, to inspire. Back in the crystalline chamber, the humans realized that the labyrinth was more than a test. It was a gateway to knowledge. The energy flows, the symbols, and the anomalies were all part of a cosmic library, a record of the universe's wonders, accessible only to those capable of understanding and respecting it. Ilara smiled, eyes glimmering. This is only the beginning. There are countless mysteries out there. Challenges, puzzles, wonders, and humans will meet them all. Curiosity, intelligence, teamwork, and resilience, they're all we need. The crew gathered around, feeling a profound sense of achievement and awe. They were humans. They had been tested by the universe, challenged by the unknown, and had emerged not just intact, but wiser, stronger, and more capable. The Zirans, watching from afar, made a silent vow. Observe, but do not provoke, Veles said quietly. Humanity is no ordinary species. They are capable of greatness beyond calculation, and we must learn from them, as the universe already has. The humans, unaware of the Xeran observers, continued their exploration. Stars and nebulae stretched endlessly before them. Cosmic anomalies shifted gently to accommodate their path. The universe itself seemed to whisper, guiding them onward, rewarding their ingenuity and courage. Alara looked ahead, her gaze steady and determined. There is no limit to what we can achieve. We will explore, learn, and thrive. We respect the universe, but we do not fear it, and that makes all the difference. Ravi smiled. Captain, do you think the universe really warned them? Alara laughed softly. Maybe, but humans, we don't wait for warnings. We move forward anyway. That's who we are. And with that, the Odyssey sailed onward into the uncharted stars, humans leading the way with intelligence, curiosity, and courage. The warnings had been ignored. But in doing so, humanity had proven their place in the cosmos, a species capable of facing any challenge, adapting, thriving, and inspiring all who watched. The universe had observed, tested, and ultimately acknowledged them. Humanity's journey had only just begun. And the stars themselves seemed to shine a little brighter for it.